Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. So on yesterday's live stream, we collected 1,064 gold. It's a lot to see all in one place, and we're going to come up with a use for that sometime soon, don't you worry. But in the meantime, I figured, you know what the one thing more important than gold is? You know, it's, in case you think I'm going to say, like, it's the value inside of our hearts. No, the one thing more important than gold, in my opinion, has to be the other yellow thing in the game. That's right, it's sand. Sand is seriously underappreciated in Minecraft, and I feel like we can change that today, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to mine a lot of sand, and in case you're curious as to why, because you might think, really? You're going to collect sand for a whole live stream? You better believe it, because I need sand for my end project, and I think it'd be kind of fun to do that. We can go mining in the end if you guys really find that to be objectionable. But long story short, today is going to involve a lot of mining and a lot of sand. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. So, welcome. We've been waiting for you, says Joe Osblum. You know what? That's a good sign in a live stream when you wait for me rather than the other way around. There is always this awkward moment in most live streams where they're like, hey, I'm starting, but I'm only starting so you guys show up or something. You know, the stream doesn't actually start yet. There's this, it like happens in a lot of live streams, and I don't know. I could always do that in mine, like do that thing where you play music or whatever, like do 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 do, and then it just does that for 10 minutes. But personally, I'd rather the live stream start when it start, like out of nowhere. Boom, there's the stream. I'm starving to death, says Lily Khan. Also, hi everyone, how's it going? Hope it's going wonderful. Toycat is affirmative, thank you very much. I think it would be kind of fun today. So I used all my beef at the end of last stream as well. I figured I'll take the nearest stack of rotten flesh. We're going to eat rotten flesh for as long as we can today, just because I feel like people would enjoy that. People love it when you eat rotten flesh. People are always saying, Toycat, my biggest problem with your live streams is you just don't eat enough terrible food. And I figured, you know what, we can fix that. Yes, we can. So, so he's had 2 live streams where he's mining sand. Ah, checkmate, it's actually free. It takes a lot of sand to cover a thing in the end, okay? So there's actually sand in this shulker box already, which I'm gonna take out real quick. Oh, there's a lot of sand. Oh, look at this. I've hit the jackpot today. And then we can put that back in the chest. I'll grab all this sand later, but for now, just need to know that that's separate. And then we'll grab a separate shulker box. I am running out of these shulker boxes now, which is a genuine pressing concern of mine, I would say. We'll also take a white shulker box, because everyone loves a good white shulker box. And let's go over to the desert and do this. Actually, wait, let's take some fireworks with us too, maybe. We are slowly running out of those. So, how does, hey, first time chatting in the stream? Hoping for an insult, says 70 Sue. You know what? Your name is 70 Sue. You sound like a pensioner. 70 Sue. Unless you are a pensioner, in which case, congratulations on working your whole life and making it to that age. Except your name's Sue, so you haven't worked your whole life, have you? Sue. You're a slacker, Sue. I can tell by the way you look, the way you smell. I can definitely smell you via the internet, Sue. Yeah, you got a Sue smell, you do. So anyway, hello, I'm IBX Toycat. Hope everyone's doing wonderful today. If you're not doing wonderful, then get out of here. This is a stream for wonderful people only. So yeah, we're going to be mining a lot of sand. It's going to be a lot faster today than normal for reasons that may become obvious. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to just spending some time getting some sand in Minecraft. Did you know bananas are radioactive and you ate so many you might pea green? I did pea green, actually. Fun fact. Although isn't pea green most of the time? Isn't that like saying, oh yeah, that's your whole thing? Like, I don't know, it's like saying, oh wait, do you ever see when ads say like, oh, it's a sign that you need to use our toothpaste if you spit blood in the sink? And it's like, everyone spits blood in the sink. Do you know a single person who doesn't? You don't, do you? There's gonna be one person in chat who's like, oh, of course I don't, Toycat, that's kind of weird. But you do, you're just lying. Also, thank you, Salvatore Fugurino. Good to see you in the live stream. You know, now that you're here, Salvatore Fugurino, can you explain your username? Every time it comes up, I think to myself, is this like a Creparian fan account joke? Or is this like a, what is this, you know? But yeah, Toycat, when's your next setup tour, says Beastmax. Honestly, my setup just hasn't changed much in the last couple years since I did the house tour. And going back and watching the house tour makes me a bit uncomfortable. So I'll do one in another year or two. Like, am I streaming right now? I am streaming. I don't know what I thought. I was like, why does the number say 0? Have I been talking to myself for 6 minutes? There's always that worry. There's always the worry that when you think you're live streaming, you're not. Again, if you think you're live streaming and you're not, you're just talking to yourself for a while. This is also what I wonder about, like, one of the most daunting parts of everybody spits blood, says Aaron Z. Right, it's a thing, right? People who spit blood at alphas, no cap. You're flossing because you don't bleed, says Alina Khan. Wait, is that facts? I don't even know. But, I like your beard, says Harris Foxray. It's getting somewhere. It's only taken a month now. Yeah, since, like, November 20... No, since Thanksgiving, this beard has been growing. So, I guess that's only, like, 2 or 3 weeks now. Yeah, that's 2.5 weeks now. Look at my delightful beard. It feels like something now. It's my real name, Colon Cringe. Is it really? Oh. My bad. I made a mistake. Also, 7% of Americans think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Honestly, whenever I hear a poll like that, I wonder myself, like, how was the question asked? Because it was probably asked in a provocative way, right? Do you shave around it? The trick is, I don't shave. No, I shave, like, my facial hair grows so slowly, I can shave everything else, like, once a week or so. And then I just don't shave that region. Do you drive a car? And if so, if not, why? Well, I'm going to pretend. I'm going to be the... I love when people do this when, like, they have a reason for not doing something, and then they kind of co-opt another one that's more morally fun. Like, I don't drive because the environment, I really care about emissions, and... No, I do think, like, the clear future of personal transport is in collectivized transport. Like, for wide routes, like, between major cities, it only makes sense that we should use big collective transport because of how much it saves in general. However, for the for everything else, it would make... Like, if you live in a rural area, of course you need a car. If you go to rural areas a lot, you're going to need a car. However, I live in a semi-urban area, and the only places I want to go in urban areas and airports and stuff, like, there are very few places I want to go in the UK that require me to drive. When I go to America, it's hell, because it's like, oh, you're in a major city, but you think public transport works here? Guess again, friend. We don't like funding public transport because we think it sucks, and therefore it sucks, so we don't like funding it because it's only for people who can't afford a car. And it's like, that seems like a questionable system. But yeah, I don't drive a car. I honestly wish I did just to get a Tesla sometimes. Like, I look at used Teslas with fervor, with like I don't know, I think it'd be great to have a Tesla. Like, I don't drive anywhere far away. I mean, I don't drive anywhere, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, no, I've considered learning to drive just for the sake of foreign countries. But that seems kind of ridiculous when you say it like that, because it takes like a whole week of trying to do a thing, so I don't really know. Public transport in America is god-awful. Yeah, there's like a few cities that are slowly getting like light rails or trams or streetcars, as they're called there. But in general, like, you wanna, you know, America is built for the automobile, not for the unautomobile. None of these unautomated mobiles here. I guess actually, wait, I guess a tram can be automated. Sometimes they are. But yeah, what is your advice for growing a Minecraft YouTube channel? Says Beast Max. Oh, this is what I was like vaguely alluding to earlier. I think the most terrifying... Wow, we're doing pretty well today. I think the most terrifying part of, like, starting anything on the internet these days is, like, there's a phase where you've got to talk to yourself. You've got to learn to get good at talking to yourself, which is a talent that you just wouldn't assume we'd ever have to need in the modern age, right? You just wouldn't assume we'd get to that stage. Mason Max says Arizona has pretty good public transport, at least in the city. Yeah, like any big city, like it's economies of scale, right? It's easier to make public transport in a big city than a small town, generally speaking. This is just destroying the desert with extra words, says Xenomaster Aliens. Oh, I forgot to change the title. Oops. My bad. Should we change the title? We should change the title. Merry Streammas, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day 8 of Streammas. On the 8th day of Streammas, Toycat gave to me a bad title you'll only see if you're in the stream right now. On the 9th day of Christmas, Toycat will give to me his sanity slowly fading. Destroying a desert. Okay. I'm in a big... Actually, you know what? Like, Christmas actually is close now. Let me talk... Okay, let me just clarify. Everyone's gonna think I'm joking here. And if that's what you need to believe, please do. It will make me feel better about myself. Because I don't like that what I'm about to say is genuinely true. But I was, like, super Christmassy. And now that Christmas is literally 2 weeks away. It's 12 days away as of recording this live stream. Now that Christmas is, like, 12 days away, I'm, like, way less... I'm way less, like, in the festive spirit. Because everyone else is getting into it, you know? Like, I liked being festive when everyone was being, like, moaning about it. Now that everyone's, like, on board with me, it's like, hey, guys... I was liking Christmas before it was cool. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much, Sam Coleman, for the £1 super chat. I do appreciate it. Destroying a Minecraft desert free. Sand collecting again. I need a lot of sand, okay? We could place the sand as well if you want me to. I could also destroy some of the... Yeah, after we finish this, we'll go to the end island. We'll destroy some stuff. It'll be great. So, rotten flesh is underrated. I mean, like, literally the game gives you a bunch of it all the time. What's not to love? Gotta respect the hustle, though. I do wonder, actually, if there's, like, So, obviously... Wait, do you want to know a fun fact? I will share all the secrets of you, internet, because I trust you dearly. YouTubers get paid a lot more during the months of, December. Like, it's about 1.5 times as much as an average month. Which means that effectively for making the same videos, or getting the same number of views rather, you get paid like 1.5 times as much. Which, I mean, you know, that's a fun little fact by itself. But it means that, like, I guess, like, there's this, like, as a YouTuber, I'm basically feeding into the whole, like, Christmas as a corporatized holiday, like, as a gift-giving thing. Because if you buy gifts, then advertisers want to advertise to you to buy gifts. And then your boy basically gets to cash a check from it. But no, unrelated to that, I've given you my biases now, why I should be pro-Christmas, even if I was anti-Christmas. But I actually love that we have this season of, like, we have this season that's all about, like, money. Because money is pretty good, right? Like, no one's anti-money. No one's like, oh yeah, please, if you're gonna give me money, don't. That would be offensive to me. Like, if you tried to give me a dead turkey, I'd say no. You tried to give me, I don't know, an albatross with... I don't know why these are animal things. You know, you tried to give me a used car that doesn't work. You know what? I'm going to be upset. Or lemon, I guess, is what that's called, right? I would be like, no, I won't take this. The obligations are worth more than the thing you're giving me. Money's the one thing you can give someone where the obligation can never outweigh the physical item, right? Unless you're in a desert and you can't deposit it. Money is the one thing which has an infinite amount of utility and zero obligation. Because I've said this before, but like every action, every item, Anakin wants every block of sand destroyed. I just hate it. It's so rough, it's so coarse. And why does it get everywhere? Why does it get everywhere? But no, more seriously, I kind of like, I like every item, everything you do for someone, or every thing you can get for someone, there's like a certain amount of kindness, there's a certain amount of like offering them utility, and there's a certain amount of obligation involved. There's a reason why, even if you're a billionaire, living by, like, there's a lot of billionaires who live in apartments. You know, they might be big-ish apartments. But, like, having, like, a 42-room mansion, what benefit does that really provide for you? If you think about it, right? Like, try to imagine yourself in the shoes of an absurdly rich person. A 42-bedroom, 26-bathroom mansion, and you're like, you know what? This is actually... Even though it's, you know, this is more expensive, objectively nicer than something else, there is an obligation with having 42 rooms. Working out what to do with them is one of them, right? Like, what do I do with 42 rooms? You know, try and tell me right now, what would you do with 42 rooms? I'll give you a clue, you wouldn't. Whatever you're thinking right now, nah, you're a liar. You're making it up. That's not what you'd really do. On the 8th day of streamers, YouTube gave to me a copyright for singing these. That'd be fun, right? If I'm so good at singing, I can hit the copyrights filter. The good news is I suck so bad at singing that we're never gonna accidentally get copyright claimed for sounding too similar. Hi, I want to ask, Never mind. Someone asked, how do you record your stream like that? This is my screen I'm recording. I'm recording the gameplay input via my Elgato capture card. You can get one using a link in the description. Does that link still exist? Tell me, chat. I know I could just check these, but you know what? Let's not do it. Having a big house that allows you to be a... Okay, well, someone made a great little Epstein thing in there. Love that. Great little addition to the stream. Should we start strolling this way now? Or is there a limit to how wide our desert goes there? I think there is because the ocean's just there. So we've kind of made a nice little area for ourselves. But we can't really destroy much more unless we make a T-shape. Yeah, let's make it like a perfect T. Let's like... Everyone loves like a Tetris block shape carved into the desert. So we'll go up to like here-ish. Wait, is there sand in the barrel? There is. Okay. Well, let's transfer some sand from the barrel into a shulker box. Who doesn't like the idea of more sand? Would be absurd not to. Do you have any Japanese-style builds in your Minecraft world? Says Mason Mac. Honestly, no. I like Japan, but I don't like it enough to think like I'm gonna build that in Minecraft. Yeah, and actually, most of my Minecraft builds aren't inspired by the real world, I think. Which is weird. I think that's where most people get their inspiration from. But I guess I don't like the real world very much. You know, the real world is where pedophiles exist, and murderers, and people who walk too slowly in front of you when you're trying to walk somewhere. God damn, guys. Do you think it'd be cool if you're gonna cover this desert in torches too? You know what? Clearly I should, right? Clearly that would be a good idea. Also, this shovel was pretty much full when we started today. But it's so fast to go down. Also, thank you very much for the money, friend. Let me check. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm trying to scroll down. Okay. Hello, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too, man. Or woman. I mean, insanity, you know, probably means woman, right? Aha, high quality jokes of Toy Cat that definitely aren't offensive. But, no, so thank you very much for the super chat. Do appreciate it. You have an extremely negative view of the world. I'd like it to be known I don't think that. However, actually, wait, okay. So, chat, I have a dilemma I'd like to share with you all. I want you all to think about this one and let me know if I'm a bad human being. Because, I'm streaming every day for 12 days, right? This is something I'll be real with you right now. I kind of didn't want to stream earlier today. I was like, oh no. I didn't feel like doing anything. I don't know why. I just like, my will to live was drained. You know, who knows why. But, basically, I was like, okay. Also, why is the rotten flesh not eaten properly? Weird. But, 50-50 chance you're a bad person just by the start of this. Wow. Not even gonna hear my case. But, yeah, so, I was, you know, I'm streaming for 12 days. This is like a thing I want to do, just to see if I can do it and see how things go. You're a bit pessimistic sometimes, but it isn't related to you being a bad person. Thank you, Zycarabi. Do appreciate that. Oh, it's the same person from the super chat. See, that's what I appreciate. People who are both loyal and... like, also definitely a bad human, so Salvatore Fugrino. Okay, look here, guys. Look here. Okay, let me explain the story then. So I want to stream every day for the next 12 days. I'm going to, like, I'm going to make sure I do it, even if I really, really don't want to. Because I just want to test it, you know? I want to see what life is like as a daily streamer. Because if you stream every day, you basically don't get to take days off. It's just facts, right? So yeah, I'm giving it a whirl, I guess. And so... I got my first dilemma of, like, a thing I should do that I'm not going to instead of streaming. So, I want to be really, really, really vague about details here. But one of my friends, someone I know, was contacted by someone from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, right? Clearly, you know, like Make-A-Wish, if you don't know, they take sick kids. I think usually dying sick kids. I could be wrong about that one. But it's very young people who are probably dying, if not definitely dying. and they take these very young kids and they try to make their dreams come true. Or, if you will, they try to make a friend, make a wish, you know, come true for someone who isn't going to have enough time to fulfill that wish themselves. It's a cute charity. I've interacted with them a few times, and like, anyway, whole weird thing. So someone I know was contacted by this. Actually, a lot of people I know have been contacted at some point or another, and have either been flown out somewhere or like, you know, like basically you get travel expenses paid for, and in exchange you meet someone with an illness, right? So I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going either. I'm kind of like, you know what, once I tell this story, I can't untell it. So I'm worried about it being out there. But, so yeah, basically, there is, you know, they reached out to someone I know, because there was someone with a very, low chance of making it that would really like to see someone, this person, or like, I don't know what it was. I think it was like play a game with them. You could literally be Hitler, and I think humans forget who inspired me. Can I just say, that's concerning. If I was literally Hitler, we should all agree that I'm not a good person. Okay, so I want to finish this stuff because it is actually like, it does have some interesting philosophy ramifications as we go on. So yeah, basically they contacted someone I know recently, and they're like, hey, we'd like to, you know, this child, his one wish is to do something with you, and that's gotta be amazing, probably, like that, like, man, someone's one dream is to be of me. Although, you know, maybe it's not. I don't know. I've never been actively seeking that situation, so I can't tell you for sure. But so, oh, there's beef in here. So that's a thing. And I'm trying to be really sensitive about the details here. So the person clarified, like, they had a conversation, and the person was like, oh, actually, I also like, you know, in my top 5 is also IBX Toy Cat. And then the person was like, oh, I vaguely know him. I'll see if I can make that happen. And now, here's the thing, right? The only time this is going down is when I am streaming at some point in the future. And I, you know, I'm super busy in the next, like, because of these streams, but also the video stuff that I'm working on, which you'll hopefully enjoy over Christmas, because I've got to take the 2 weeks off after this, and as a result, I have to make a lot of videos. It's busy time. So what I'm trying to say right here is I had to decide on the spot between, you know, stream, because, you know, if I don't stream at 9:30, when am I? If I don't stream at, you know, like the times that I stream, which is crazy late in the day, right? Then it's like, this is the dilemma I face. This is the dilemma. It's a choice between entertaining, let's call it 1,000 people, sometimes less, sometimes more. Like 2,500 people showed up yesterday, or entertaining one person. But so, like, this is a classic philosophy thing. The reason I wanted to bring this all up is not because I want your advice on what to do it. Like, I'm gonna feel awful regardless of which one I pick now. Like, it's gonna weigh on me all week. It's gonna be awful. But so the thing that I wanted to mention with that is because it's the dilemma of, like, you know, it's the many versus the few, right? Or like the greater good, you know, like the good of the one versus the good of the many. Should you try to do the thing that affects more people, even like achieve greater good overall, or should you do the thing that sounds great on the surface? It's like, again, it's the sort of thing that, you know, I'm sure if I wanted to be the sort of person who's like making a big video out of it, I could. That would make me uncomfortable. That'd make me deeply uncomfortable. I think someone's illness shouldn't really be milked for views or anything. Again, I would feel bad personally. That's just my personal ethics. Sure, whatever. I mean, we're not dying. See, that's the thing, right? So on the surface level, you take in, it's like, well, it's 1,000 to 1. 1,000 people is always worth more than one person. But then when you add in the special circumstances of this person might be dying, it's like, oh, so that amplifies their need by some amount. If it was 2 to 1, like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with 2 friends, or I could help one person that needs it more, it'd be the 1, right? It would definitely be the 1. And then so like then you got to weigh up some amount to try and work out what value does each one have, right? How do you decide what you should do with a limited amount of a resource when you have 2 directly conflicting needs? Because you know, usually the easiest thing is to thread the needle, try and do something that makes both. Like, you know, if it was like, I want to hang out with 2 friends or I want to hang out with 1 friend, try and reschedule so you can do both, right? So instead you end up with the tricky issue of like, okay, you've got to try and assign values to each one, and then you've got to try and work out which one would you cause greater, you know, which one could you cause greater good by doing. And then you think like, okay, so, you know, a lot of people who show up here, I am their first favorite thing to do with their time at that point in time, whereas this is like a 5th favorite. But then you've got to multiply that factor by the limited time left in a life. So then you got to work out like how much does that play into it, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, let's ignore that whole story. Let's pretend I didn't tell you that. That was a hypothetical to tell you all about. I was always Jesus left the 99 to save the 1. Is that true? I don't know what it is. But there is this like utility value. There is this concept of how much. It's like the trolley problem, right? Should you kill 5 people to save 1? People agree on the surface you should, but then when you the thing that usually switches it up. If you say, okay, well, if you don't know, imagine there's, by the way, when I speak to homeless people here, thank you very much, Real Robertson, for the advice. You just make me feel worse. I'm gonna feel worse regardless of what I do. Don't worry. I assure you that I'm feeling awful regardless of all of this. You know. But yeah, let me continue. Do Brits eat chili? Yes, in general. Yeah, basically, literally all kids want is one thing, and it's freaking disgusting. But no, yeah, there's this thing where like you can phrase the same thing in a lot of different ways and make it sound more or less appealing. So in that example, oh god, please don't do this, internet. Please don't please don't add to the guilt of my life of like the reason why it actually is, but in case you're curious, is because the idea of like showing up to I think no, I can't explain the deep, complex web of thoughts in my mind right now, okay? But thank you for absolving me of guilt. What we'll do is we'll do neither. That's the true middle of the road approach here. You know, earlier I said the best solution was to try and do both somehow. I like the idea of doing neither. Sitting at home, doing everything. So anyway, yeah. Basically, there's this interesting thing I've been thinking about like all day of like how you can kind of like take the same utility questions and be like, okay, well this has this value, this has that value, because if at a certain point it always becomes worthwhile to switch from one thing to another, right? And every human has that own point inside of them. But then, you know, what should I be picking? Should I now be picking based on what I think, or should I be picking based on, you know, the fact that it would maybe sound better if I did that other thing, right? Like if look, here's a great example. This person just now, as I said that, is like, oh, I like you less because you didn't give into the, like, because you're even thinking about this, because you're even having to go through the dilemma or whatever. That's just, I can't stop thinking about that. Is like, is it even a choice at that point? Is it even a choice? Obviously, I had the choice in whether or not I tell anyone about it. You know, there's a reason I mentioned it in pure hypotheticals with no time frames, no anything like that. Like, there's no actual things to it, right? But the fact that there is then value, is it then like, are you even making a decision? Are you doing something good? Are you giving into all these things have just been on my mind nonstop. I don't know, like, most normal people, you know what they do? They just say, yeah, sure, I'll do the thing, whatever. Or they'll say, no, I don't want to, you know, for whatever reason, they don't want to do it. But instead, like, I get trapped in this web of thoughts for pretty much any decision like this, and it takes up, like, hours of my day. Well, not even hours, I'd say, like, lots of individual minutes over the course of the day. What would you, not regret doing? That's what you should do. Yeah, no, this is, the making decision matrix or whatever. It's like, oh, sorry, like, there's so many times in life where it's, like, really obvious what you should do from an outside perspective. But in general, right? The average, like, everyone knows what you should do if you like a girl, ask her out, right? But they don't know what you should do in your situation to ask the girl. It's a good general piece of advice. Everyone knows what you should do if you, I don't know, you find money on the ground, you should give it back, right? It's a pretty clear-cut case of a thing, right? You're basically cheaty. I don't know why. Actually, I was thinking about that a little bit. Let me prove my point here. So, there's the famous problem. This actually comes up in The Good Place, if you know Cheaty. There's the famous problem of the trolley problem. There's 5 people on some railway tracks. You can stop killing them by moving the railway tracks so that you kill a person, right? That's a thing you can do. Or, so you know, you can kill 1 person to save 5, or you can let the 5 die because they're already going to. And most people say, don't kill the 5 people, kill the 1. Yeah, kill the 1 to save the 5. Do you have stomachache right now? I actually do, but I think it's because of what I just ate. Or is it because of what I've discovered? But yeah, so then if you take the exact same problem and you say, okay, now imagine you're a surgeon, 1 person, 5 people are gonna die, or you could take 1 healthy person and they have all the organs, you know, they're not gonna die unless you take, you know, like, 1 person needs their lungs fixed, 1 person needs their, I don't know, their heart fixed, etc. Like, 1 healthy person can die without their consent, that you can't wake them up to ask for it. To save 5 people, should you do it? And everyone switches like, no, you don't kill a person without their consent. And it proves the kind of complex world of, I know, the Good Place is a really good drama because it raises all those questions of, like, you know, world be complex, yo. But I find it especially fascinating when you take that into the real world of, like, oh god, what is worth anything? Scumwolf, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Do appreciate it. Is he even playing right now? Because his hands are moving around, but he's still breaking hands and stuff. Wait, let me prove it. Here's me looking around my right stick. Okay, there you go. Now you know. Vsauce did a thing on this. Yeah, it's because we like to think morality has clear values. And I think somewhere deep down it does. But there are so many like, it's kind of like science, I guess. You can't be like, you can't look at food and assume, oh yeah, this food weighs 100 grams, so it has 100 calories. No, it's all about the different composites of the things. Do things best, none less influencer though. You do have an extremely unpopular opinion. No, it's the worst thing, because as soon as people told me to do it, I'm like, no, I'm not. I was torn before. Screw you, chat. I think you can change. You think you can tell me what to do? You think you can make me do something? And it's like, you guys, do you know what you just did? You know what you just did? We all know my opinion on trying to do the opposite of what people say. We know it as a well-known fact. And yet chat still thinks it's a great idea to peer pressure me. So yeah, I don't know. Morality is a clear concept. There are better concepts, but not clear one line. I think there is a perfect, like, science to morality. It's just so much more complex than, like, again, like the 1 person on the railway tracks versus 5 people on the other railway tracks. You can change that a million times and get a million different answers from the same people. What if we take, like, let's take, like, a nice middle of the road between the surgeon one, where everyone says no, and the train tracks, where everyone says yes. And we're here. That's really weird, the way that boat kind of reacted there. But whatever. So yeah, we're going to put this sand down somewhere, and then we're going to take these sand boxes with us back. So I guess we'll put the sand in the barrel. I'm hoping I actually emptied the barrel. Oh, I didn't. There was sand in the barrel. I thought I was... Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. And then we'll put sand in the paper box. Makes sense to me. We'll drop off this shulker box. And we'll drop this one off. And then we'll pick some more ones up over here. So this is, okay, empty. That's the one I was just in. And then these ones I think are also empty. No, that's got sandstone in. It's got nothing. That's got some sandstone in that we can move over to here. Oh, we've also got some ores that we should move or take with us somewhere, I guess. Maybe. See, things get complex fast. But yeah, no, I found the good place is a really interesting, so if you don't know all these shitty references, I'm sorry. You know what? You're missing out on... Actually, no, can I just quickly mention? The good place, like, if I haven't already unendeared myself to enough of the chat, including that one person who's like, you know what? Wait, who was that one person? Who was like, you know what? I like you less now. It's like, yeah, out there. I like you less. But, it'd be hard to see someone well if you're nervous about it. It's okay. Pass mix highly for you and awesome as they think you are. I actually do, Wait, do you wanna know something else? If I've unendeared myself to the internet anyway, do you wanna know something? One of these opinions that just is you can't explain without making yourself a monster. But I actually can't see. Anytime I see anyone in any state of unwellness, I feel viscerally uncomfortable. Like I had a friend once. He got in a motorcycle crash. He was on like extreme painkillers, and like he was just. But for some reason he had to be taken off them. So he went from high painkillers to not, and he's just in pain the whole time. And I was just like, this isn't pleasant. Why did I come to visit him in the hospital? He was a bad friend in the end, so don't worry, I'm not a bad person. Or maybe I am, but like, this, someone says if I get disease, I mustn't see your feet. This is the worst. But, oh, there's a shovel in here. A good one, too. Why is it in the, why did I put it in there? Whatever, let's take this chest first, too. But, run over the
5 people. We need to combat overpopulation.
Now that's what I call threading the needle right there. Sandboxes. Oh god, they're sandboxes. You're right. Yeah, no. There's a really interesting thing where like whenever I don't know if there's a word for this actually. Can anyone like let me know? But I have like a genuine discomfort. Like it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings in the world about being around anyone who's like injured, sick. Can someone find the word for that one? Because yeah, that I've never heard anyone else say it, so I've always assumed it's one of those internal things. You know how there's a bunch of things like everyone wants to at some point murder someone, right? And then you're like, that's bad. It's like that, but for like a little bit less serious, I guess. Is how I always feel. My wife is like that. People who are very old. Lol, says Mason Mac. I've always I've wondered how people like, because one of the most common jobs, one of the fastest growing industries. Pro tip: if you want an unreplaceable job, it's not very high paid in most countries. But if you want a well-paying job that's in high, not if you want a job that is in high demand, I don't think it's well-paying. Is my point. There's a lot of nurses and like carers required because a lot of people are going to age very quickly because age works that way. Phobia. But what's the phobia of? It's called empathy. I don't know. It makes me sound like an unempathetic monster according to chat. But yeah, no, I feel this around everyone always. Even like some default sicknesses. Like if it's a really minor sickness, that's fine. If there's like a chance it's actually going to go bad, I'm like, oh god, this is terrible. Pain empathy. Selfishness maybe. Morality. No, what's the thing? But yeah, stop being British. I'm sorry, Bruce Johnson. I'm sorry I do this to you. But yeah, there is this like interesting dilemma, I guess we'll call that, where I don't know. The idea of like the idea of like should you what level of pain and what level of like change what level of like pain for someone else can you put someone through to justify it for someone else? Like again, it's the 1 to 5 thing, but think about pain. Would you if we replace the deaths, you know, life is obviously valuable to everyone. If they're gonna get really hard, like I don't know, they're gonna lose a limb, would you do it the same way? Would you rather 5 people lose 1 limb, or 1 person like lose a life, or lose all their limbs, let's say? Yeah, that's a better thing. Like it's the same amount of pain, but equalized into 1 person. The 5 people losing a limb each, that's limb communism, whereas the 1 person, their thing. So, like, do you genuinely enjoy streaming, or does it feel more like a chore or obligation? I really enjoy streaming personally. Like, I have to treat it like it's not like a chore. I have to treat it like a job in the sense that I'm like, I'm doing it this time. And even then, I'm not that serious about times. I don't know if we've noticed, but it's not a Toy Cat stream unless it's late. 5 people lose a limb. Limb communism, limb capitalism. Yeah, actually, chat. Would you rather go with limb communism or 1 person losing 5 limbs? You know, we can let's just call it limb capitalism. You know, I like that too much. Limb communism or limb capitalism? Should 1 person lose 5 limbs? Wait, should 1 person lose all their limbs, or should 5 people lose 1 limb? You can choose. Do it right now. Phobia of sickness is etomophobia, and metaphobia. Oh no, I'm having to Google this just before all of that's coming in. Oh god. Okay, etomophobia. 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 If you're in charge of how to reduce the world population, how would you do it? Etomophobia is a phobia that causes overwhelming, intense anxiety pertaining to vomiting. That's for vomiting. No, I feel it for like any form of pain, discomfort, illness. When I see people with those tubes in their noses, I'm like, it's like it's that you don't even have to be like sick to have those, right? Or you have to be some amount of sick. But it's like, oh, I guess it's a fear of what you don't understand. The same way people end up like, you know, I don't know, racist or homophobic, where they're like, oh, I reckon the gays and the Jews, they're the ones with the real problems, or something like that, because they just don't know any gay or Jewish people. Maybe I got the same thing, but for sickness, you know? I just don't understand sick people. I've got etomophobia. Oh, I find it weird when people vomit. Like, actually, this is interesting. I don't have a phobia of people vomiting. If someone vomits, I think that's, like, perfectly normal. I would vomit for you, like, if it wouldn't get me kicked off YouTube, which it probably would, I would vomit for you all right now. Like, I would do that. I know what you mean. It's chilling to see tubes in people's noses. Hypochondrias is. So, I dated a girl for a long time who was a hypochondriac. By the way, nightmare. Never again. It's on the list of... You know how I said, like, every girl you date gets better than the last one? On the list of, like, never again is hypochondriac. Like, you know what? That's not okay. I'm not gonna... It's, you know, you don't need someone to buy into your fear of yourself. Good to know you're not judgmental. No, I think this is like, it's built into me, but it's totally a judgmental thing, right? Like, I'm judging people based on something they can't control that sucks for them. These are some of the least fortunate people, and I'm here thinking about the morality of, like, you know, what to sacrifice in exchange for a thing, you know. That makes me a bad person, I think, on some level. I think the world's, like, if we assume that morality isn't absolute, and for whatever reason it isn't. Oh, let's take dead bushes if we can find some. Oh, I already shared this entire desert full of dead bushes. Please don't vomit. Would you vomit for us? If you would vomit for us, would you reveal feet, says Frisbee Tugs? No feet. You didn't mean like 50 doctor visit spans in a few months. Limb anarcho transhumanism. Oh, I missed it because I was reading the thing. Okay, wait. Let's read. Okay, limb capitalism, limb communism, limb capitalism, less chance of it affecting me. Limb communism. One loser. It's interesting, actually. The people are pretty evenly split on this one. Have we worked out the perfect, like, have we worked out the perfect, what's it called? Trolley dilemma? You just gotta use limbs and everyone gets like... Because, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I didn't have limbs, I don't want to live anymore. I'm out. That's kind of fine. How far along are the bananas now, says Amelia. They probably passed out the other end, right? They're probably passed out the other end. Feet are no, hands are yes, says Nora Evelyn. You know, you invented a new form of stream heckling. The Toy Cat Show feet thing was pretty bad already. But you invented Toy Cat Show hands. And I just... You know, I've been insecure about my hands for a few days now. Minecraft without limbs would be slow. To be fair, okay, you know what? This is the weird thing. Depending on whether I lose an arm or a leg, my life would change entirely. If I lose a leg, I can't do my, like, physical activities. Skiing is gonna suck. Walking places, one of my favorite hobbies. I've got a hot places now. Oh, unless you can get a mechanical leg. Wait, okay, so assuming you can get a mechanical leg, you would always lose a leg over an arm, right? That's like... Oh, wait, we don't want it in there. We want it in a shulker box. Guess we're picking this all back out. But yeah, like, the question of, like, should you lose an arm or a leg? Always gotta be the, always gotta be a leg, right? If you can replace it. If you can't replace it, though, think about the difference. If you lose an arm, you can't really play games. You can, but it's way harder. Like, let me play Minecraft with one hand for you right now. So this is my hand I'm not playing Minecraft with. This is my hand I am. Actually, I think I can do Minecraft pretty well. If we're doing, like, boring enough projects. Like, I can eat this way if I want to. It's called limb transhumanism, so I'd rather lose an arm. If you lose an arm, then you can't really play games so well. Like, again, Minecraft's an exception because you play at your own pace. Although Minecraft's my favorite game, so maybe that's fine with me. Should we just do a one-arm stream? I'll just stroke my hair or something. Wait, I'll just wave at you all stream. Yeah, one-handed Minecraft. And then if we need to go somewhere, we use our face. And look at this. I'm doing pretty good, actually. New challenge. Would you rather lose a finger or an ear? I think an ear because I basically hear in... Oh, I would love to not have one of my ears because I'd have an excuse to be so deaf. I think it's a case where you're kind of forced to confront your immortality, but because of empathy. The thing is, though, I don't know if I am an empathetic person. Like, I think I am, but I don't know that I am. I had to teach myself empathy at one point. I don't want to sound like a serial killer, but, like, I feel like some form of, like... I feel some form of pain when I see other people in pain. When I see people not doing well in any field, it makes me feel bad. And I think maybe that's like... I play everything one-handed because I'm disabled. I'm pretty good at everything except shooters, though I still enjoy them, says Aerospace Nerd. Okay, Aerospace Nerd, this is the most messed up question. But I need to know, as someone who doesn't have access to one of your hands, would you rather lose an arm or a leg? Would you, you know, you have to pick. Like, let's say from fully abled. Wait, let's say someone offers you the trade right now. You can gain back full control of your arm and your hand, presumably, which you can't use. But in exchange, you lose access to one of your legs. Assuming you have access to them both right now. If you don't, we'll have to go for, like, an ear. Both ears, actually. So, Aerospace Nerd, I need to know. You gotta satisfy my intense curiosity. We're doing A and Q more. I'm gonna ask chat questions. You know what? Chat's decided I'm a bad person today, so I'm gonna deal with your stuff. Okay, which sense would you rather lose if you had to lose one? It's sad, but it has to be smell. I like smell a lot, but smell's really not that useful. And not having smell would be useful. So, yeah, there's not even a question, sadly. Leg, I can't walk already, so no change, I guess. Okay, so if you can't walk already, sorry to hear that, buddy. What about, let's try and refine this question. What if you had to lose access to your ears and your nose? But in exchange, you get full control of your arm back. And let's give you a foot too. Let's make that an even trade. Like, would you trade hearing for your other arm, or do you value hearing more than your arm? These are the questions I have to ask. I would lose my children, says Frisbee Doggo. I mean, we'd all lose a hobby if we, you know. We all have reasons we'd lose hobbies. EA Sports. It's in the game. Nice. I'd lose my nose. Yeah, if you have to lose a sense, it's always the nose, right? Anyone who says their sight, you just haven't used your stuff. Okay, ear and nose easily. By the way, I have all my limbs. I just have several palsies, so they're weak. Oh, I assumed that you'd been, like, physically disabled in a accident. I don't know why. I learned a lesson here. So I'm sorry to hear that. Cerebral palsy. Okay, you know what? This is one of those things. These streams, they always remind me to, like, learn more about part of the world I don't already. There's a few illnesses in that category where, like, you know it by looking at it, but you don't know enough about it. And I'm gonna look into cerebral palsy. You can lose a lot from taste without smell. Yeah, but I ate a lot of airplane food where you don't have smell, or it's designed without smell. Like, airplane food doesn't smell like anything, or because in airplanes your smell gets destroyed anyway. Like, I live my life without smell basically already. Losing your sight is terrifying. Anyone who says they lose their sight is insane. Trust me, it's scary not to see anything. Oh yeah, so I watched Daredevil somewhat recently, like only a few episodes. I'm bad at watching TV shows, okay? So I watched some Daredevil recently, and as part of his origin story, plug your nose next time you eat. It's really interesting what it does to your taste. I can eat right now, actually. Okay, what Minecraft time is it? Okay. So, chat, let's hope I don't die. Someone pay attention to the... Someone look out for me. I'm gonna try eating without my nose. 1 sec. It's gonna take 60 seconds. Okay, I microwaved the food, and I didn't even die. Whew. Hello. I'm back. You missed me? Oh, apparently we gained viewers while I was gone. Again, I've said this before, but I should do this more often. Chat yelled creeper, so you scared me. You got me. You got me, chat. So what I have right here is a bow. If you've never had bow before, let me tell you about the things you're missing out on. But, I was counting, it was more than a minute. Okay, it was a minute for my microwave, but it took like it took a bit to get out of my freezer. Look, what are you, the time police? If you're the time police, please let me know. That sounds like a cool job. But a group walked past while you're gone, I'm not lying. I wish one did. Is there a creeper anywhere nearby here? It's sad that there's not. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. Pinch your nose so you can't breathe through it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna try the nose challenge. The nose. Oh, no. There's no way to cleverly combine no and no nose. The nose challenge. The nose. I can't do it. Okay. I'm trying my best here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stand here in my mildly destroyed desert. I'm gonna grab me some bao. I haven't tried this since like 3 days ago, so I've forgotten what it tastes like. I can't breathe it all through my nose, as I'm sure you can hear. Oh god, it's hard to breathe. Okay. So, oh by the way, this is bao. If you've never had bao before, it's delightful. It's like a Chinese dim sum. Mm. It is very, very, very weak though. I could taste the duck, but very faintly. It was just kind of eating for the sake of eating. Like, I was eating food, but it wasn't like... It didn't feel great. And now I'm going to try with the smell. We're going to give it a sniff first. Again, bao. It's delightful. The texture feels like it's changed. It makes no sense to say. But that felt like a juicier bite. That felt like... Huh. Mmm. Yeah, I don't understand how this is possible. It tastes much better. You need to breathe out completely, otherwise you can still taste it. So try this yourself, by the way. Try and eschew to distraction. Is it just another thing that you're going with? Can you order it from a takeout? It's weird, I've never seen a Chinese place in the UK sell bao. You can buy them frozen at least Sainsbury's. My local Sainsbury's had, like, Itsu. I think they were quite expensive. Get close to the microphone. ASMR. You like these chewing noises? Asian food is good, says Kyla. Counterpoint, I reckon there's just so much Asian food that some of it's bound to be good. Like, again, I have to bring up this experience because I found it kind of amusing. But I knew an Asian once. So brave of me. So I knew an Asian girl once, and she said something like, "Oh yeah, I love European food," and I was like, "What does that even mean? What did you just say?" But it's like, yeah, like to them, to a people, like it can seem the same way. Like, oh, I love European food. There's pizza, there's pasta, there's lasagna, there's, you know, tapas, there's fish and chips, there's currywurst. But it's, you know, what it really is. Also, my mum walked in and she said, "You like those chewing noises?" Says Mercedes. If you're really called Mercedes, then your mother doesn't care about you already. It's fine. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you. But with a name like that, there's only one place that she intended for you to work. I have misophonia. You chewing into the microphone is torture, says Jessica Clark. Oh yeah, I think we did this before. I remember torturing you before with that same thing. Pizza and pasta is Italian though, right? Yeah, pizza and pasta are European. They are European things. So I think that Asian food is good, but I just reckon there's so much Asian food that some of it happens to be amazing. Fun fact, in Europe, fish and chips is actually fish and French fries in America. The chips we have aren't covered by French fries, I don't feel like. Like, the way we do chips at a fish and chip place. If you want, there's one like 5 minutes away. I can run to a fish and chip place. Apparently I'll gain viewers if I leave the stream for long enough. So, that's all we need to do. You're gonna eat the other 5 bananas at some point. You're currently 10 out of 15. I'll have you know, I consumed a banana today for breakfast. I don't know why I did it. I was like, maybe bananas taste good again. I cannot confirm that is true. Eat some North American food, aka maple syrup. Yeah, okay, let me clarify. I love American food, but really, American food is just take other cultures' food and make it worse for you, and therefore better, and I love it. See, I think Asian food's good, but I just wanted to clarify. Asian food, when you take such a broad continent with literally 60% of the world population, I think you're gonna get a lot of good food. But also, I've tried so many bad things. I've eaten bugs. They're not tasty. I don't know why we eat them. Petition to get Toy Cat to go to the fish and chips place. Should I go to the fish and chips place? Oh, it's midnight. Never mind. I actually, you know, should he leave or remain? Says Noah Watson. Maybe we should have a big chat vote on whether I should leave the stream or whether I should remain right here. Now that is a high quality idea. I'm sure people will love that. I'm so nauseous now after the chewing. You're making me want to chew some more now. Have you ever had a grasshopper, Toy Cat? I have not ever. I've never even seen a grasshopper in real life. Like I know they make the funny noises. No, that's crickets. I guess I don't even know what a grasshopper is. It hops on grass, I'm guessing. I can't picture one. Do they look like crickets? I can vaguely picture that. I married the loudest eater I've ever met. See, that's a smart way to self-torture. I agree. Only be with people that make you feel pain all the time. Okay, high quality dating advice with Toy Cat right here. This is one time advice. So take advantage of it while you can. Find someone you hate being around. Because if you can hate being around them and still love them, then I don't know. I guess love is probably real. And that's nice. Dating advice with Toy Cat. High quality suggestions. What's your favorite type of cocktail, sir? Says Alejandro Rosales. I really like. I think the first one I ever made was a mojito, which sounds weird because you have to do so many steps. But I was once at this random event in London. I think it was Havana Club. They're just doing this bigger thing where it's like, hey, have a free cocktail as long as you make it yourself. And I was like, oh, free alcohol. Yeah. You know, I was like, whatever age at that point. Yeah, I really love the mojito. Like, mint is actually a really good flavor to add to drinks because it's so overpowering. Every other cocktail is just like, here is a simple thing, here is a not simple thing. Put them together, it makes a complex thing. But like a mojito is like 4 different ingredients if you include sugar. And sugar is the best ingredient, so that's a great thing. Yeah, sugar and mint is a wonderful thing. I'm going through some tough time. Your videos really helped me, so I can't keep up the great work, man. I don't know, this is... I was gonna feel good about that, but then I realized I'm actually a monster, according to the live stream chat, so... I'm really torn on this one. Would you rather eat only banana-flavored things or not have the sense of taste again, says Amelia. Or Amelia, if you will. It's definitely how you pronounce that one. Banana-flavored things can be sweet. In theory, bananas should be amazing. Like, bananas have so much sugar in, how do they not taste good? Also, do you think Scotland will leave the UK for the EU? So, to avoid getting into UK politics too deep, I think that it would if given the choice. I don't think it will be given the choice, and that's going to be the dilemma. Because it's a UK government power. It's the same way as saying, do you think, I don't know, Washington will leave America to join Canada? And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter, technically, on a legal level, because they can't. You ain't a monster, please don't put yourself down. I mean, I wouldn't put down a monster, to be fair. You know, I'm not that much of a monster. You get it? Like, whatever, I'm hilarious. Lemons, bruh. Lemons, bruh. Have you been to Indiana? I have not been to Indiana. I had someone offer once. This is the most random thing. I got an email that was just like, I live in Indiana. If you're in Indiana, I'll take you on a date. And I was like, that's the most forward business email I've ever had. Well, like, it was my business email address too. Like, this is my whole thing. Yes, we will. Yeah, exactly. I like, it definitely is popular sentiment right now. I'm glad I have a Scottish person to back me up on that one. Thank you very much, Stampy Longbow, for the £1 super chat. Also, have you ever been to Ireland? I've been like 5 times. I go to Ireland far too often. I don't even know why. Like, I just end up there sometimes. I'm like, guess I'm here again. How many states in the US have you actually been to, though? I have been to 15 now, I think. I've been to like 30% of the states. I want to go to Hawaii sometime next year. Not because I think Hawaii is interesting. Sorry, Hawaiians. Actually, I've already gone on a crusade against Hawaiians. Get out of here, Hawaiians. You watching this stream, you're in Hawaii? I think you live in a bad state. Actually, I like your flag, though, so we got that going. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much, David Solimano, for becoming a member on the channel. I do appreciate it. I'm always confused when there's members who join and don't ever say anything. And it's like, did you accidentally join? Did they join on a video and it just counts, like, because they, you know, this is a live stream and it's going live right now? I don't know. Ever been to, you know, are we just gonna list places I've been to? Should we do it? Should we do it, chat? Hawaii looks so nice. I don't know. I've played the Pokemon games enough to know that I don't know for sure. So where would you want to visit Mexico? I've been to Mexico a few times. The only places that I would like to visit that I haven't, probably like some of the weird. I think the border towns would be very intriguing to me. Like I love borders, and Mexico has a lot of borders with America that are very heavily fortified. Thank you very much, Stampy Longbow, for the £5 super chat. You know, it went from 1 straight to 5. At this rate, you'll be giving $1 trillion by the end of the day. I'll just take my X amount of money elsewhere. No, Neo Complex, never that. So what is one tip to help a brand new streamer, says Jake Osborne. Okay, so bear in mind, I don't know what it's like to be a new streamer. Because the first time I was the only time I've ever been a new streamer was literally 7 years ago. And there wasn't a streaming world back then. I just started streaming on YouTube and seeing who would show up. So with those factors in mind, bearing in mind that I've only ever been on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube before there was even a live streaming scene on YouTube, just because I thought it was fun. So with that in your head, I would say the one tip that a lot of people miss is working out discoverability on the platform you're on. On Twitch, that means you need to get like a certain number of people to come from another stream in some way. Twitch is very based on the people. Thank you, Stampy Longbow. YouTube, you actually can do it without people necessarily. You just need to get some number of viewers in there to start the ball rolling. Then you need a title that can lure in more. I would say, for instance, when there's a big event happening in Fortnite or Minecraft, that's your ideal time to start. Like, prepare for your best stream on, like, a big, I don't know, Minecraft, you know, whenever, I don't know, like, Christmas Day, or whenever Fortnite does those weird events where people stream it for some reason. I don't, again, wish I could tell you enough about Fortnite to understand what's going on there. But, those are the best times to start. You were on YouTube before YouTube was cool. Yeah, I'm basically saying that. I know I've got a real, like, it's basically the whole hipster thing of, like, I did this before people did it. But no, yeah, live streaming, honestly, to me, the only reason I got into live streaming is because, the guy who helped me set up my capture card, it was a forum, like, 7 years ago or something. The guy who helped me set up my capture card was like, oh, yeah, I actually bought one just to live stream. And I was like, what the heck is a live stream? They're like, Justin.tv. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I was like, okay. And then YouTube added the feature, and on, like, day 5 of it existing, I was like, why not? Who doesn't like the idea of a live stream? And, yeah, I just kind of wanted to do it. It doesn't even make sense. Like, there's something compelling about, like, watching, and there's something extra compelling about, like, playing a game and having people talk with you live. Because I love when people watch me play games in real life. It's like my favorite girlfriend activity. Also, thank you very much, Jessica Clark, for the $5 New Zealand super chat. Speaking of girlfriend activity, given that everyone on stream is my girlfriend, therefore, that includes you, checkmate. Is there anything you advise I do for transferring my survival world to Bedrock? Anything you regret not doing on Xbox? So, I think I made a video like this a while ago, but it might have changed now. So, if I was going to transfer my world today, one, you can take advantage. I would explore as much of my world on the... Oh, I broke my shovel. I didn't want to do that. Oops. Good thing I got another one. But, see, this is the one time I wish chat told me. You know, you could have warned me about that. But I would say explore as much of your world as you'd like to right now. Also, I would say reset your nether and reset your end. Or just reset your end, probably. Take advantage of the end dragon. you won't be able to respawn her. So if you want to get more Ender Dragon eggs, you got to do it that way. Also, the same with the Nether. If you want to reset that, I would actually recommend doing it before you switch anyway. Because I think if you reset your Nether and then you don't go into it, you can just kind of thing. Damn, better cancel my wedding. Exactly. Sorry, you've been promised to another internet cat. I'm hoping you're not marrying an internet cat. That'd be strange. But yeah, that shovel was really sad. That was a sad moment we went through. But yeah, when I was younger, I got you confused with someone else. Ah, fun. Wisconsin's great because it has nice Midwestern folk. I find it funny the regions of America and how like they hate each other but they love each other at the same time. It's like the Midwest. There's very clearly a Midwest. There is a concept of a Midwest, right? One, it shouldn't be called the Midwest because it's actually not the middle of the West. It should be called like the North. Really, like people call the North like the Northeast. Yeah, people call the Northeast the North, but the North should just mean what the Midwest is right now. I hate that people call it the Midwest because America goes a lot further west than the West. I think about playing on an Anarchy server. I don't think I do well on an Anarchy server, and they don't like YouTubers. Which European countries have you been to? So this sounds like a joke setup or like a funny response, but it genuinely is easier for me to list the European countries I haven't been to. Because I've been to... There's 50 countries in Europe, and I've been to 30 of them, I think. So, fun fact. I can tell you the one... I will tell you the ones I can think that I haven't been to. Portugal, Greece, Romania, Latvia, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, and the weird island, Cyprus. Sorry, Cyprus. You are a weird island, though. Cyprus, and there's a few more I'm forgetting. Kosovo, Bosnia, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania. Yeah, I think that might be everything. Oh no, San Marino and Vatican City are the 2 microstates I haven't visited yet. Besides that, I think yep. If I didn't name your country, I've been to it. If I didn't name your country, I've definitely been to it. In Europe. But have been to Edinburgh during the French Pandemonium? I have not. It sounds like a bad time to go. And you know what I do during bad times to go somewhere? I do my best not to go. Why? Okay, so what do you think of Ireland's weather? It's just UK weather, right? Just a little bit different. And it's not even different to me. Like, you could convince me Ireland was a part of the UK based on the weather. Why were you in Latvia? Oh no, Latvia was one of the like 10 countries I haven't been to in Europe, or 15 or so. I've been to Lithuania and Estonia, but I haven't been to Latvia yet. I really want to go to Latvia. Like it's been on my list forever. I just haven't found an opportunity because they have like bobsleigh courses, like because they had an Olympics there maybe, but they have a bobsleigh course, and I want to do bobsledding at some point. So yeah, sounds fun. Where in Slovakia did you go and did you enjoy it? Says Jack Sill. I was in Bratislava and I did enjoy it a lot actually. Like I think Slovakia is one of the more underrated European countries. 10 out of 10. Would Slovakia again? Actually, you know, it's like one of the smaller European capitals I'd recommend for like a day. Like if anyone ever asks, like, hey, Toy Cat, want to go somewhere, but like only for like a day. Slovakia is like a fun country for that. Like I enjoyed my time there. Okay, let's do this. Forwards walk. Place down the boat. There we go. Nailed it. Cool Runnings. It's basically what I really want. I want to relive Cool Runnings, but in Latvia. Is that an unreasonable dream? Also, isn't this satisfying? Hey! Just gonna let go of the controller. I could fall off at any second, except I won't because I'm going forwards. As an Irishman, I'd like to say Ireland's definitely not part of the UK. We fought for this one, mate. Oh, let me clarify. Yeah. Like, I don't actually care about the... I don't care about the governance of any region. There's just, like... There's a clear cultural connection that a lot of people don't like. But, like, everything's the same in a way that makes for a good friendship, I feel like. Obviously, it's a friendship with, like, a concerning backdrop of, like, hey, remember that time you did the bad things to us? And it's like, yep, sorry about that, friends. Sorry about that, friends. But still. I mean, but still is a weird thing to follow that up with, but satisfying but scary. So yeah, now we can drop down our shulker boxes that have the sand in. And, oh, all of our cacti have grown. That's nice. So we'll place down a shulker box here. Sand. Oh, there's only 2 stacks of sand in here, so we can probably... Oh no, there's a lot more than 2 stacks of sand. This one's sandy. This one's not sandy either. So we've got 2 more shulker boxes on us. But now we've got plenty of sand for this. And you might think, oh no, Toy Cat, are you stopping? The good news is I'm not going to stop yet, because I do need to also... I need to sever this connection to make this actually an island. Because I want to make an actual end to all of this. So that's the thing. How many times have you fell off that bridge, says El Radvahound? I haven't fallen off yet, actually. If I do fall off, I can just stop myself with my wings. So I feel good about that. So yeah, my goal is to sever the connection between these islands. Which is easy enough to do. Jamaica got a bobsleigh team. To Jamaica for the bobsleigh team. I don't think they won, though. I think Cool Runnings exaggerates that. But yeah, the fact that Jamaica had a bobsleigh team is crazy. I'd love to see them compete in all the Winter Olympics. Why sand? It doesn't even look very different from Endstone. Look, I realized that when I did it, okay? I realized that when I did it. I could have picked a better block. I think on any other version of the game, it looked better. Like, maybe with night vision on, it'll be more clear. I think I'll do that in the end. Like, I'll put night vision on for the comparison. But yeah, it'll be fun. I kind of like that it looks similar, though. Like, going through so much effort to do something so minor. It just feels beautiful to me. They never won in Cool Runnings, though. Did they not? I watched the wrong Cool Runnings, clearly. Have you ever been to theme parks in other countries? If so, how were they? Says Shark Boy. So, I like theme parks a lot in theory. In practice, I'm, like, pretty mixed on them. So I've been to theme parks in... I went to Europa Park, like, the Europe-wide theme park. It's a German theme park that's themed about the EU. Really weird place. You might think I'm joking, by the way. You can Google it. There is a Europe-themed theme park. Thank you for streaming, Toy Cat, says Alexis Cauldron. You're welcome, Alexis. I appreciate that. But yeah, oh god, this goes down really far. But, people who aren't living really are in the middle of nowhere. But, so I've been to Germany, to Europeland. I recommend Europe Park quite a bit. It's probably one of the mainland's best theme parks. It's pretty good. I liked it. And then I've also been to a theme park in Japan once. Oh, I also went to Disneyland I went to Universal Singapore by myself once. And they had a solo rider queue that was always empty. So I had the dream, you know, like the rich spoiled kid dream, where I went to a theme park and I could go around on the ride as many times as I wanted in a row. And pro tip, it's actually not fun when you do that. Like, there's a reason theme parks have lines. I mean, besides, like, demand. But, like, by the 3rd time doing a thing in a row, you're like, this is less fun now. I think actually, okay, controversial opinion, theme parks are only fun because of the waiting. Because of the build-up, the anticipation. You see people doing it. I think that theme parks deliberately need lines. I think that's a real thing. Wait, why are you turning your end into a desert? Look, we don't question these things. We don't question these things. But yeah, so, Parc Asterix in Paris was good. Ooh, a French theme park. Oh wait, I've been to Disneyland Paris. So I guess I've been to like 4 different countries' theme parks. But yeah, so I'd say they're all the same across the world. It's the same concept, right? Like there are these exciting things that put you through physical discomfort, but everyone screams and yells and has fun, so that's a cool thing. I went on rides in I went in Las Vegas. There's this big building. I could have probably started shopping up there, Do you think I should start? Oh god, okay, let's just stand in the middle here. Stand in the middle. They can't hurt us if we don't let them. Oh, hey there, friend. Oh, Enderman problem solved. Here's a flirty joke you could tell your crush. You're so hot that you're speeding up global warming, says Zed Floyd. I'll try that, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'll try that, and I'll let you know how it goes. This is proven wrong if you go to a theme park early in the morning. So every time I've gone to a theme park early in the morning, you get one free ride, like one ride where there's no line. And by the time you've finished that, there's lines for everything else you want to do. That is my experience. That is my experience. Theme parks aren't my favorite place. You have to pay $60 to ride one day of the year if you want to ride multiple rides. Everything's overpriced, at least at Six Flags. You know, the concept of theme parks, I think, is definitely, like, a bit questionable. There's definitely a bit of it that's like, I don't know, is this so necessary? Wait a minute, that's not a desert. Just join the stream. I mean, these blocks look like sand to me. Use some TNT. Endstone has a super high resistance to TNT. I don't know. Fast pass. I always dreamed when I was younger, and like the first time I had to pay for myself to go to a theme park, I was like, oh, I could pay for a fast pass if I wanted to. It wasn't a particularly good value proposition, I'll be honest with you all. But yeah, I love the concept of fast passing. Like, honestly, okay, this is my grand theory of theme parks. Theme parks aren't, like, roller coasters aren't fun by themselves. They're somewhat fun. I've been on roller coasters that are something. But most of what it is you're, like, waiting in the line and you're, like, building up the hype. You're, like, mentally imagining the picture. Like, anything can be fun if you imagine it for long enough. Like, you know, even Toy Cat live streams where he talks about how he hates sick kids or whatever. Even these live streams where, you know, like, you're dealing with the worst things in the world. They can be fun if you build them up in your head. Because anything can be fun in the same logic. Flaw in your librarian social experiment, a libertarian would protect property rights, i.e. ban people from geek griefing, not just saying no hacking. Oh no, I mean, it obviously wasn't accurate. I mean, probably, right? I would say it wasn't. Theme parks are only funs with friends, says MJ. Having been to a few by myself, I actually agree with that one. Like, you need someone to talk to in those lines. And if you don't have the lines, it's just like an hour worth of fun. Which it was, actually. Took out live streams were a national treasure, says David Solomano. Thank you, David Solomano. You were a live stream viewer after all. The prophesized has come back. Fast passes are anti-consumer as a group, says Noah Watson. Okay, real talk here. There's a lot of things in life that are like that, where, like, I don't know, it clearly is bad for the herd. Actually, no. Okay, wait, counterpoint. I'm changing my mind on the spot right here. I think fast passes are good. My grand theory of economics. Andrew's the real national treasure. Well, thank you very much. Now I care that you're back. So my genuine, I know a lot of people hate, like, economics talk, but guess what? You're in my live stream. You'll hear me talk about how I think the world works. So there are lots of things in the world that don't have a one-to-one cost to the consumer, because so much of the cost comes down to making the thing happen in the first place. If you think about it, like, I don't know, to make a flight happen, you need to, like, to start an airline, you need to buy a $750 million plane or something. You need to pay millions in registration fees and tax, all these different things. You have to hire, like, at least 100 employees, because, like, ground staff and each airport you can operate from. You know, like, there's so much scale to it, and it's all very expensive. There's huge operation costs. So the direct cost of one seat on one plane isn't the cost, like, times... You get me? Like, the cost of a seat on a plane, if you just divide all those costs by everyone, would be too high for it to be a thing, so you have to increase those prices. And basically, there are lots of things that are so capital intensive that you can't realistically charge someone $1,400. Like, you can't charge someone $1,400 of the price of a flight, because what is the price of a flight? It depends on a lot of things. So, because of that, okay, should I I'm getting a little scared here. I'm getting just a little bit scared. I'm gonna dig in here and then we'll break it. Okay, so we'll dig ourselves up now. But there are some industries that are so like intensive in that way that it's hard to like nail down the price. Same with a theme park, right? How do you work out the price of one person coming to your theme park? The theme park costs, let's say, let's lowball it. Let's say 50 million to build a theme park. Because you need to buy the land, a lot of it, by the way. You need to build all the rides. You need to have a parking system set up. You need to pay, you know, hundreds of employees every single day. So because you've got this huge overhead cost, the cost of one person coming to your park is really hard to actually nail down, right? And you might say, how does this relate to fast passes, Toycat? So the reason this relates to fast passes is because I need to put this end stone away, I guess. If you can't work out the price per person getting in, then you don't charge people what it costs them. Let's say it takes 30 million people coming in at $20 to make a profit. So rather than charging $20, a lot of people might not want to play that. Let's say it's 200, I don't know, a really high number. A lot of people aren't willing to pay that. But when it's capital intensive, so like you've already paid the costs, there can be an interesting fact where it's worth losing money on someone, air quotes, to because you'll get more customers. Even though you need to sell 30 million tickets at $200 or whatever, you could also sell, you know, 60 million tickets at $100, but it would just take double as long and you wouldn't make profit that way. But what if you could do like, what if you sold as many tickets as you could at $200 and then you tried to sell the rest at $100 each, or whatever the case may be. That's the business model behind like transport, between pretty much anything that you're price inflexible on. You're price flexible on. Like you know, like I don't know, there's some things where if it's cheaper or more expensive, you don't buy more or less. But there are some things where you do. And so basically think about it this way, right? Instead of charging, so they charge as many people as they can, 200, then they charge some people $100, but eventually people realize like, oh, there are some tickets for 100, everyone wants to pay 100. So then they're like, okay, what if we charge everyone 100, but we have supplemental revenue? Like, if you want to eat food at the theme park, we'll charge you an absurd amount. Like, we're basically factoring into the price of the ticket. It's 120 if you want to eat at the theme park, because where else are you going to eat? You're on our property. And then you can start to almost like segment the market and try and work out what the maximum is that people will pay, and therefore you can lower the price for those who won't do it, if that makes sense. Like, you can let the maximum people in for the lowest price they will. Some people will come in at $50 that would never even go to a theme park otherwise. And some people will pay $300 in exchange for a fast pass, also free drinks, and also whatever else they give you at theme parks, a t-shirt. You can make a lot more money from some people than you can from others if you offer mildly different services. And that means that in a way, those people are kind of subsidizing your use of the thing, right? And that's counterintuitive, but that's my kind of take on these things. Like, because if they couldn't sell fast passes for whatever reason, or they couldn't sell drinks or overpriced snacks, either they'd raise the price of the ticket, or it would be impossible to fund a new theme park. Because like existing theme parks from probably, you know, they're just profit-making machines. But it's a new theme park that you're trying to incentivize. You want people to think, oh yeah, I would be willing to spend money on a theme park tomorrow. It's not about the theme, yeah, it's not about the things of today. It's about trying to get people to do it again tomorrow. At least that's my take on this one. Okay, so let's destroy this layer here. Seems easy enough to me. Okay, besides that block there, we'll just jump down and we'll move the blocks one by one. So, are you going to build an end village? I actually am going to build an end village, yeah. I just want to make, like, the area a bit more deserty first. To me, that feels way more fun. That was way too scary. Thank you, Toycat. Very educational. I'm glad you like it, G-Bay. They arrive for the rides, but stay for the paper towels in the bathrooms. Exactly. It's all a big ploy to get people to use more paper towels. You caught Big Theme Park at it again. Oh, Jesus! Okay, we're fine. We're fine. It's good. I'm 100% in control. But no, yeah, so there's a lot of industries that work the same way. And a lot of people don't realize that just because... I think actually this okay this is something I've been thinking about. There was a Kazart video on it. I recommend watching it if you want an actual explanation. But one of the things I think is really important to living a happy modern day life is being grateful for things and understanding them. Understanding how things work and being grateful when they work in your favor. You see this a lot on the, in the concepts of whatever you want to call privileges. Like, oh yeah, if you're born in certain situations, you're luckier than certain other situations. If you're born in the United States, you're luckier than if you were born in, sub-Saharan Africa. But a lot of people think of it as like, oh yeah, it's a one-time luck event, then it's it from there. But there's also like a lot of people do a lot of things for you in the course of your life. And working out what they're doing and why. And even though everyone always has a motive, you can have impure motives and still do good things. And work like I guess like what I once make like just to like make casual conversation with my, I don't know how to describe this person's relation to me, an adult stranger in my life. Let's call them that. An adult stranger in my life who was from a foreign land. I was making casual conversation and I was like, wow, that's expensive. Because it was like, I think I was talking about it being £100 to rent a, the student class, the caps they wear for those ceremonies where they throw them off and they're like, yeah, I'm a real student or whatever now. It was £100 one of those. And I was like, wow, that's so expensive. And the guy, was just immediately like, oh no, well think about it, they have to store the gowns all year, they have to launder them, they had to buy them initially, like, instead of thinking about it as like, that seems expensive compared to what you think, and a lot of things seem expensive compared to what you think, thinking about like, well, why are they so expensive? Because it's really easy to complain about anything, but until you know why. Like, I don't know, I think it's a valid thing to complain about the state of, I don't know, let's pick a thing, I don't know, healthcare in America, or like, something like that, because even when you dive down into the whys, it still seems a bit insane. But if you just look at something and go, it costs a lot, I don't like that, it's not a very good opinion to have, because then your only argument is that things should be cheaper. But that's, I once had a cousin, she's dead now, she's not really, she has a child, so kind of the same thing, right? But yeah, I had a cousin just say something. I don't know why this is a conversation like 7-year-old me had with someone, where they're like, you know what? Here's my idea for the world. What if everything costs nothing? Then we could do as much as we like. And they'd be like, but why would anyone work for you at that point? And it's like, okay, everything should cost a penny. And then it's like, well, now you've just changed the money system, haven't we? Dead to you, says Alina Khan. Oh, she lives really, like, so, she used to live on the other side of the country, like 6 hours away. She lives really close to me, and every time I remember that fact, I'm like, I should meet her. And then she's like, oh, I'll be so excited for you to meet the baby. And I'm like, okay, I'm excited. I'm gonna put a little delay on that one. I'm sure she's really busy. Sure, she can't be dealing with me. Pre-drinking with Toy Cat before I go out. Hell yeah, says Lanny McKay. What? Oh, it's like, right. I was like, isn't it like midnight? But you know what? Canada is not on the midnight time zone. Happy pre-drinks, Lanny. Hope things are going wonderful. Actually, wait. Bear in mind, this is just a one-person message. But the thing that you're there to do at pre-drinks is to save money on actual drinks, right? In reality, I tend to find you don't save money, you just get drunker. But whole separate argument for another time. So the one thing you need to hear right now is just drink. Drink because Toy Cat says so. That's the drinking game you're playing. Have a drink because Toy Cat said do it. Now I've done my favor and I've repaid your Canadian $2.79 because you just saved $2.79 worth of drink. There we go. Look at Toy Cat doing a great favor for the community. How dare you try to force me into taking part in your hobby? Again, it's the same thing where like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm a bad, those are my thoughts, but I'm a bad person for having them. And I don't like that, like, would it be better if the world could be honest about these thoughts? Or is it good that like everyone has to kind of like hide behind these lies? I don't know for sure. I'm just oh, did you see that, by the way, the random map? It must have been a sand block. Thoughts on Baby Yoda. I haven't seen Baby Yoda. I hear it's in The Mandalorian, which is on Disney+. which means I'm not going to watch it, sadly. Also, only 7:30 here in shots. I mean, clearly that's what I meant, Lanny McKay. Happy 7:30. Wait, that tells me. Wait, I know Canada time zones too. You live in Toronto. Look at me. I know. This is something I can actually. I think I did this. I worked out the airport someone was in by their state and the fact that it sounded good yesterday. I'd like to mention my geographic skills. 10 out of 10. If I get this right, we'll see if I was correct about their major city in Canada. Build a desert well for water in the end. Desert with an infinite water source inside. I don't know why I haven't done that already, actually. 'Twas me. I like... Oh, Jesus, I am off my game today. Off my game indeed today. Don't expose my location. Also, Laney, come on. Is it Laney? I honestly, I don't know at this point. When you make fun of people too long, you start forgetting like what the fun one is and what the joke one is. Send one save. I accidentally killed a parrot and then I was going to eat a cookie and he threw in front of me to make it feed him. You know, that's pretty mean of you. However, the fact that you can feed an item to animals to kill them in the game, it's beautiful in its own twisted way. It's beautiful in its own twisted. Also, the village was just walking along the sand blocks there. How interesting. Okay, let's keep on replacing these chorus plants of cacti. I still think that's like a really clever idea to like make it look natural. And then after we finish with these, we'll just go back to what we were doing before. Destroying endstone. What do you think about endstone? Is kind of like sandstone, just a bit less. You know, it's basically true. Disney Plus sucks, and me Disney. Disney Plus does suck, not because like, honestly, if Disney Plus came out before, you know, like I don't know, the Amazon Primes of the world or whatever. I just don't like the idea of another I don't like any subscription services, you know. It's like I don't even pay for Netflix. I steal it from people. I had a American friend. She was a good friend, and she logged onto my Netflix on my laptop once, and even long after we stopped speaking to each other, you better believe I kept that Netflix logged in. It's like a commodity you can have. All you gotta do is like, you know, find a friendship, break the friendship, and then you get free Netflix. $8 a month. Think about that. $100 a year. If you're not making fake friendships for the purpose of like a Netflix account, then are you living your life correctly? I think, you know, you can't complain about fast passes if you're spending $100 a year on Netflix rather than stealing it from strangers you barely know. I agree, I'm tired of subscriptions. Yeah, like, honestly, I don't know. It's like more and more of the world is trying to be rented to you rather than sold to you. And it makes sense, but I paid to subscribe to you, yet you don't like it. Of course Also, wait, no, that's a different super chat. Reaction to my birth party for hours? I don't know why. Any advice? Says the bad llama. Okay, my advice is follow on from Laney McKay, and what you gotta do is you gotta take a shot. Like, you can take her advice, and then you'll feel better about your birthday, because you'll be mellow as a cello. There we go. This is bad advice of Toy Cat. You can save your time as well as your money by not getting it, says Noah Watson. I know, it just means more people are gonna pirate things, right? I don't know. Like, the only reason people don't pirate things is because it's convenient not to. Or a lot of people do it because moral reasons or legal reasons, like nerds. But yeah, I don't know. Gee, I remember watching this guy so many years ago, says Micah Hennings. Good to see you. The good news is, I am still a person. You know, it might seem like I die when you stop watching me, but the craziest bit is I am still alive. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the 7th one we place a torch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torch. And yeah, we want to like properly cover this area too, because all these Endermen spawning around taking my sand is genuinely starting to annoy me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I hate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys like counting? Do you want to watch a stream of just me counting for a bit? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Torch. And now we can go this way a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Torch. I probably should place that block down, actually. Let's place it there. Discovering how easy it was to pay for super chats was the best, says Lanny McKay. All that money you've saved on pre-drinks has been just has been thrown into these super chats, and I love it. I love everything about that. Because you know what, your boy, cash money. No, I think I mentioned earlier, but like things are going well this December. I'm always like in a constant state of like, I don't know, panic about the future of YouTube. And it's nice that this December exists to remind me that everything's okay. It's all fine. So I can't counting my shots. I'm totally rich, don't worry. Send a super chat every time you take a shot. There's my fun drinking game with Toy Cat. Harrison Gray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torch. It's a catchy song, right? It's a catchy song. So yeah, I think for today we've done pretty well. I definitely want to start my village as my next project, but for now, I think things are going nicely. We've got a bunch of sand all over the place. We've got our cacti mostly placed. I think we just need to come back here with a few more cacti, knock out the last few ones. Actually, wait, we could probably do it today. You know what? Hey, thank you. Instead of playing Cards Against Humanity, we're going to play Kiwis Against Morality. I ran out of melon juice the other day, so sadly not. I sometimes worry, like, you know what? On the one hand, good drink of choice. On the other hand, I worry the influence that I can have if, like, you know what? You saw it in a live stream, now you want melon juice. Also, Toycat, you should start a YouTube channel. Yeah, I've considered starting a YouTube channel. I think people might like it if I do that. If I sent a super chat every time, I'd go broke, says Laney McKay. I think that is a bad sign for your liver, or your wallet, or both. Probably both. Sadly, both. But you know what? It doesn't need to be both. All you gotta do is one simple tip that doctors don't want you to know, and all of a sudden you'll be rich. I had an ad today. I thought it was pretty funny, because obviously we had an election in the UK. Blah, blah, blah. Don't talk about it. It's fine. We had an election in the UK. So I saw an ad today that was like, here's the one like crypto tip that Corbyn doesn't want you to know. And it's like, there's a weird, very specific ad, right? Like who thinks to themselves, you know what? This politician, I reckon he knows the right advice about where to invest my Bitcoin. You know, like even if you agree or disagree with him, it's just as weird regardless. Anyway, if you cover the Enderman in sand, will Enderman still spawn a ton or no? So if they can spawn on the sand, but if I light up the sand, they can't. Which is why I want to get rid of them, so they can't do that anymore. Because otherwise they're gonna mess up my desert constantly. That's why I've got all these torches here, just to prevent Enderman spawning. We're not quite done with it though, but still. So, the one time I drank melon juice, it tastes like plastic straws, and I almost threw up, says MJ. You know, you might have been drinking plastic straws. That's, it's a common problem. We all do it from time to time. Everyone makes mistakes, it's okay. The old man's looking back in better days. The young boy moves so fast he barely sees the stars above, says Neo Complex. That's a very complex message. How appropriate for someone called Neo Complex. So, when is the next realm happening? It's happening right now, actually. I'm not gonna pay as close attention to it, I don't think, until later. But there is a realm right now, which actually maybe we should be getting back to. Or maybe we shouldn't, I don't know. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Torch. Okay, so that should cover, like, most of our stuff. We've replaced all of the chorus plants now with cacti. And in general, things are going pretty well here, I'd say. Wait, do you see that cactus block on the floor? I think that means that the Enderman removed a block that was meant to have a cactus. So just in case. Because I think they can lift up the sand blocks from underneath the cacti. I don't know for sure that they can. I just think they can. Didn't work, you disappointed me. Get desert villages for authenticity. Oh man, I was thinking jungle villages would be better because it's like there's a desert village in the end populated by jungle villagers. But sadly, they spawn as normal villagers here. So I'd have to bring them one by one if I want them to look like this. Which personally, I'm not so excited for. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, oh man, today's live stream. Give this a like if you like it. And give it a dislike if you think I'm a monster. Vent your frustrations via the dislike button. And yeah, if this stream gets 1,000 dislikes, I'll reconsider myself, and I'll do neither of the things on next week when it happens. But Day of Streamers was really fun. I'm looking forward to day 9. Tomorrow I'm thinking of doing. Wait, chat. What I'm thinking of doing tomorrow. Let me turn in this stream. I'm not drunk yet. Okay, let's fix that right now, Laney McKay. 3, 2, 1, drink. Okay, let's fix. Oh wait, you see that? He just picked up a torch. He just picked up a torch. They're ruining my systems to prevent the Enderman spawning. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Torch here. Yeah, torch here. Man, I hate Enderman so much. Ruining my plans for... Yeah, thank you. Put it back. Yeah, exactly. Where it belongs. But, oh yeah, Lenny McKay. 1, 2, 3, drink, go. Do it now. Okay. You might think you're done. 1, 2, 3, drink, go now. Okay, there we go. We fixed the one issue with ending this stream. The Toy Cat drinking game just got a lot more fun. Okay, knock you off the edge. I just want all the Endermen to be gone, because they shouldn't be spawning much anymore. Like, they still can spawn, but like mostly in edge cases. So we're gonna mostly deal with that. Okay, and then tomorrow? Tomorrow we're either gonna do Infinity Skyblock. There's a concept, like, someone combines Sky Grid with Skyblock, and it's pretty fun. Or we're gonna do placing this desert. Like, we can place more sand in the desert. It's necessary, but we don't need to do it. So what do you want to see tomorrow? Do you want to see sandy desert crazy? Or do you want to see Terraria sucks, agree? I don't think it sucks. I just don't like it personally. Thank you, Observe.Dot, for the 10 New Zealand dollars. So let me know. Should we place sand tomorrow? We can place it. We've got like 4 chests full now. Or should we do Infinity Skyblock? Type your comments down below, and then I'll ignore the results anyway. Sand, sand, sand. Sand, 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 sand. Terraria sucks. That's not even a thing. So everyone's saying sand, so we're going to ignore democracy and we're going to do Infinity Skyblock anyway. So no, I don't know what we'll actually do till tomorrow. But I do know that I hope you all enjoyed today's live stream. I enjoyed it personally. So I hope some of you had a good day. And for the rest of you, I hope you die in a house fire. Because, you know what? There aren't enough house fires. And someone needs to correct that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this thing. I am gonna deal with my realm, and then I'm gonna take some time just to like chill, I think. Like I need... Oh, I got gunk all over my desk, so I'm gonna clean that. I'm gonna deal with the realm, and then drunk stream tomorrow. I'll do a drunk stream for the last day of Streamless, okay? Like when I don't have a stream the next day that I've gotta think about, I can do that. There's so many house fires, says Melinda S. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, internet. Goodbye. Love you slightly.